Hey, welcome back here, MyBottleShop.com video
back,
reviews.
everyone.
It's Rock the Viking here with Marcus Clabrin.
Hello.
And in today's review, Marcus, you are excited.
I am.
You are super excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
I know we're doing another whiskey one, but we constantly get so many great whiskies. It's going to be Game of Thrones, Dalwhinnie, House of Stark.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay, Marcus, now, you want to run us through what you've got here today, because I know you're like our resident Game of Thrones expert, and also whiskey expert, and I tell you what, mate, you have shipped a lot of these bottles out of here, and I know you're doing big deals with Diageo and talking about all these bottles, and I know you love your whiskies or whatever, so you must be in pig heaven.
Thanks, Rock. Well, yeah, that's why I'm excited, I guess. You know, these are a bit of a limited edition of a Game of Thrones series that you guys may know of. All really good brands, including Dalwhinnie, the one we're doing today. There's Lagavulin, Clynelish, Oban, Cardew, Talisker, Singleton, Royal Lochnagar. And actually, more recently, this year they introduced the latest bottle, which is the Malt, 15-year-old, which was a bit of a special.
We do have the Malt, the one in the beautiful gold canister.
Yeah, gold canister.
But it's just somewhere else. You can't find it. It's upstairs.
It's not featured in this.
Yeah, and we thought, you know what? Today, you know, I've already started to hack into this.
I had to stop him. We haven't opened it yet.
We had one with the ding canister. And we said, you know, we'll make it into YouTube. And to be honest, I have never had Dalwhinnie in my mouth. So I said, you know what? Let's crack into this Game of Thrones. And I suppose not only give a bit of a review about Dalwhinnie, and you've done a bit of researching and tell us a bit about the Dalwhinnie, but also just see if these damn Game of Thrones are not a marketing gimmick.
That's right. So
just tell us now. I'm going to open this and pour this.
So I'll give you a bit of the history, I guess. It's only a brief history, but Dalwhinnie is a little village in Scotland. Where this was made. Story goes, 3 local businessmen decided to open it up. 1897 it was.
Really?
Now, why did they open it up? Dalwhinnie is actually, the Dalwhinnie distillery rather, is the highest distillery in Scotland.
Is it really?
That is exactly right. It does have an average temperature of about 6 degrees. Annually, so it's bloody cold. It's bloody freezing.
I literally know nothing about Dalwhinnie. I know, you know, it's a Diageo brand about Lagavulin and whatever. Did not know about the distillery. Never put it in my mouth. Know nothing about the village.
Yeah, well, it's fairly isolated because you know in Scotland there's bloody distilleries everywhere, right? It's fairly isolated from the rest. But why you might think, why the hell would...
Sorry, I'll just grab that and I'll pour that while you're talking. Yes.
Yeah, why someone would want to open up a distillery, you know, in the bloody top of a mountain. You know, when there's all these other distilleries around, for the simple reason of they have the water and all the peat that goes up there to themselves, funnily enough.
Well, I've put myself a bit of a chunky glass there, but I was going to say, you know, one obvious reason why you would open up there, it had a good water source.
Yes, that's
right?
exactly
because,
right. Exactly right.
You know, whiskey is, you know, the water of life, and that's where the name comes from. So everything's about the water.
And the other reason I think was back in the day it was the crossroads for the traditional trade routes that went through Scotland.
Really?
So before you started to go down into some of the villages down towards the
lowlands.
That's it. From the Highlands I think to the Speyside, they had to cross through there. So they had a lot of people going through Dalwhinnie, and they thought, you know what, better spot to open it up. Funnily enough, I think they did collapse and sell it off a few times, and people had to get in.
So
and
bankrupt a few times.
Yeah, bankrupt a few times. I think it was fire.
Good old Scottish. Just like so, it's pretty much a tradition in Scotland, right?
Right.
Yeah, and a distillery, you go bankrupt at least a couple of times, right?
And I think one of the other time they had a fire. So
really,
they had
there's been a few fires going through these places.
That's right.
I wonder if it's something to do with this highly flammable whiskey.
Yeah, what do I end up? It's like, but anyway, that's the bit of the history. But now on to the fun stuff.
Well, so I poured out a glass here, and all right, so you can see, you know, it's got quite a golden colour. I'm just going to move the camera around this way a little bit, Marcus, so we can include ourselves in that photo a little bit more. So you notice,
it's quite gold.
I mean, the first thing that when I saw it,
very gold.
Very gold. It's like gold in a glass. I mean, actually, your taste note say that the colour's one word on there.
Golden.
Golden, right? And you described that as being absolutely golden, right?
Bit of legs on it too, right?
It's got a bit of legs on there.
Yeah.
It's 43%,
Yeah,
and it's hugging around the glass there. So it's a lovely looking whiskey.
Yes.
And it's got some lovely legs running down the glass. So so far so good.
Yeah. What about the nose?
Tropical. I get tropical fruit notes. Lychee.
Honey. Honestly, when you open that, I just got this waft of honey.
Right.
Yeah.
It really wafted when I popped that cork, didn't
it?
Yeah. I'll put that bottle back up there so we can admire it, because it's got a beautiful colour even in the bottle. You can really notice it. We're going to do a separate review on the Game of Thrones in total. It's actually interesting, to line up all the colours. Right, have all the whiskies
and them all there,
and just leave the colours of the bottles. But this one, I get really tropical. It's light,
fruity.
I'm thinking it's going to be probably a youngish whiskey. Maybe 8 years. I don't think
no age statement on that, is there? So
no, the Lagavulin's got the 9-year-old.
9 and the Malt lac, the 15.
And the Malt lac,
but the
15, rest. So that, I suppose this is Diageo's way of releasing whiskey, as a no age statement whiskey by putting the Game of Thrones on it, and then they can throw any Dalwhinnie in there.
That's right.
I suppose the traditional Dalwhinnie in the olden days. Somewhere up here, the Dalwhinnie bottle would have been a 15-year-old whiskey. Would have been a 15. Is there 17 as well?
Yeah, there is.
Right, okay.
See, that's finished in. Matured in oloroso.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Doing a review on that one day.
Ooh, we love our oloroso cask whiskies. All right, let's give this a bit of a necking.
Give it a whirl.
Let's give it a bit of necking and see what we think about the tasting notes. Ooh, it's a bit. It's a bit sharp on the old. It's a bit sharp on the old palate, straight up. It's got a pretty quick finish. Got a lot of that
very quick.
fruity banana notes.
Soft, that soft finish, but very fruity. Still get the honey.
Got a bit of a zing.
Says there's a bit of spicy at the end.
Yeah, I get a bit of zing.
Yeah.
I get a bit of zing.
Yeah, not so much for me, honestly.
Yeah, I get a bit of spice on that. Definitely get the floral notes. According to official notes.
But very short. It's over. As quickly as it started.
I mean, look, it hasn't got a long finish on it, Marcus. That's true. And, I mean, here in Australia, what's this, $100 whiskey? I mean, it's
around that.
only $100. Let's not kid ourselves. Even though it's Dalwhinnie, it's got a great brand. It's part of the, Diageo rare malts. Mate, for curiosity factor, I'll be pouring that out with my mates, maybe. We're going to knock down the House of Stark or whatever it is. Dalwhinnie, something a bit different, right? It is different. And we like things that are different here at MyBottleShop.com. So I give that a bit of a crack. And so what else we got to say about it? I'll just check if there's any other things we want to read off here. The Stark, so it goes on, craps on a bit about the
the show.
The show does it.
So there's a lot of references on the bottles to the show. Mainly this one, I think it says the Winter's Frost. So
House of Stark and the King of the North. So it's got to be something to do with that fact you were saying earlier about it being so highest distillery in Scotland.
Well, it makes sense, doesn't
and
it?
the coldest, 6 degrees. So
up there.
Winter's Frost. There is some relevance to obviously the show and the whiskey, right? So what we're going to do.
Rating time?
We're going to give it a bit of a rating, that's right. So, we've only recently introduced our rating system. And we think it's a bloody good idea, don't we? And I think also we're going to hide it from each other. And we're going to be honest. We don't hold fear nor favour here. So we're going to give it a rating. We're going to hide it secretly here.
All right, I'm going to go and show the crowd.
Yeah, you're going to have to hold that up because it can be a bit hard to see. So I'm just going to hold that there. I don't know if anybody can see that. It's backwards to us. It's a 73.
It's a 73.
All right. No, Rock.
Yeah, not that impressed.
Ooh, guess what Rock has given it?
71.
I don't know if you can see that. 71.
Yeah.
So we did that independently of each other.
Yeah, but we kind of both get the gist and have the same vibe on this.
Yeah.
It's
love the colour.
Yeah, love the colour. The idea is good,
Love it.
It came out and, the show was a big success.
Yep. And I love the bottle. I love the shape of the bottle. It's like a really traditional whiskey bottle.
The canisters are pretty cool.
Canisters are cool.
The artwork and the detail on there. But that's about where it ends. The juice left a lot to be desired.
I wish it tasted as good as it looked.
That's exactly right. Very easy drinking. I think that bottle could be polished. Between two people,
I tell you what,
done,
mate,
you wouldn't feel like anything.
Throw a cold beer in with that. And we'll make a dent in that.
Yeah, for
Very
sure.
good. All right, mate.
Hey guys, well, as always, thank you so much again for joining us.
Yeah, that's right. And please remember what they got to do: subscribe button. Because a lot of people on YouTube crap on about smashing, demolishing, destroying, annihilating, obliterating, pulverizing the like button. And part of the reason for that is if people like the channel and follow us. Then we get more followers. We can go to the companies that make these whiskies and get them to send us sample bottles and so forth, right?
Yeah, I'd like to try that 17-year-old, so, that's possible.
Yeah, this is actually coming out of our stock. So, Diageo, Australia, if you're watching this video, send us some sample whiskey.
And subscribe to the channel.
Cheers. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Over and out.
See you next time.
See you next time. Cheers.